Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be looking at a Nature's Prophet mid-game I played. Yeah, you heard that right. A Nature's Prophet mid-game I played. And this was a crazy match because, I don't know, I just went crazy. I popped off. I went 13-1 and 18. I'm going to show you this build that I went. I rushed in Atos this match, and yeah, it was for a specific reason. We do have Crystal Maiden to obviously Frostbite for a leash, but other than that, I thought, because I second faced my hero, right? So my offlaner had the last pick this game, but he decided to pick DP. Which I think is reasonable because he's laning with Ricky, so he kind of needs a self-sustaining hero. So I didn't really mind it. I certainly didn't mind the pick. However, at the same time, it means that we completely lack catch. So I rushed in Atos this game, which I got extremely early due to my really good kill score and really good CS. And then from there, we went into Gleipnir. After Gleipnir, a casual Gloves of Haste, which I'll talk about briefly. And then after that, pretty standard BKB Shadowblade. After Shadowblade, I think I go Mage Slayer, which actually saved me later on into the game. So yeah, we're going to go over it, talk about the map movements, item build, and so on. And yes, this is a 10k MMR game, and let's get into it. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally, with the Game Leap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like actually you want to become much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the Game Leap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. Alright, so in terms of the lane, this lane is actually quite hard. Basically, I mean, first of all, this guy's very good at last hitting. This player I'm playing against, I believe he's rank 80 in North America, and he's a very good laner. Like, at least from my perspective, he is extremely good at last hitting, very good at denying, and he also understood when to kind of look to drag the wave. But all in all, this matchup I have to be pretty afraid at level 3. Essentially, if he can push the creep wave into me, then he can dive my tower. And that's something I actually didn't even think enough in-game. I didn't think enough to myself, oh, am I worried about pushing in the wave? Am I going to actively push in the wave so that if he tries to dive, there's no creeps to tank the tower? Now, I don't think I did that enough. Even here, for instance, I'm hitting him a ton. I specifically wanted to put pressure on him by hitting him. But the problem about the mid lane in specific is, even if you bully someone like crazy, they kind of just buy a bottle and heal the majority of it off. So it sort of sucks. Even here, he's able to get some range denies on me. It was pretty brutal. Like, off to, I would argue, not a great start. I mean, not bad. Like, I'm doing fine. I'm 11-2. I have very high standards, so sometimes I'll just do like slightly below what I think I should, and I'll be critical. But either way, we go 13-3. Big thing is we deny the water rune top. I do not want him to get double water rune and be able to heal all the way up. Yeah, I would like to pick it up, but I didn't want to spend the time doing it. So instead, I'll just try to go for some denies while he casts trample. He loses the flag bearer there, which was actually super key. Losing flag bearer is a big deal. And then from here, he decided to try to cut wave. And this is pretty standard for Prima level 3. With level 2 in trample, you can actually cut the wave entirely. So he did a weird play, honestly probably a bad play, of trying to like half trample me, half kill the wave. He ended up dragging the wave, and I think this was a good play in the game that I made. So I know that Primal wants to pick up a bounty rune and rotate, and I also saw that he might drag the wave under tower. And the way I saw it was on the mini-map, I kind of just saw he ran pretty far back. He didn't static the wave in front, and so I knew I could kind of go collect the bounty rune and deny the other one with treants to prevent him from getting his bottle charges, right? So now he's just stuck on this current set of resources, and he even ships out clarities, funny enough. Maybe he knew I was going to do this, I don't exactly know. But at this point in the lane, I definitely was pretty concerned. I was particularly concerned about him hitting level 5 and getting boots. On that timing, I was pretty sure he could at least try to solo kill me. So you'll see, once again, I'm going to look to evade this movement. What I'm going to specifically do here is I'm going to watch. Right, so I see him moving towards the tower, so I see him pushing it in. And that's key, because it means I can take like 2-ish jungle creeps. I think I hit this one a little bit. And then I can look to clear the wave. Now I'm pinging this guy out, just trying to alert my teammates that, hey, he might dive. And he even glyphs the wave here, so clearly looking to dive. Thankfully, I think he plays it pretty wrong. I believe he should have just YOLO'd at me with Onslaught, taking the risk. And if he hits me with it with Trample, I guess I get why he tramples to kind of break the trees. But thankfully, the beginning of the trample did not hit me. So he probably lost about 200 damage on trample due to his execution. So not bad. We're going to be able to go back to base, just TP out. I pick up a win lace just so I can kind of evade him. You know what I mean? I know it's very hard to just overall evade him, but we hit level 6, and anytime I hit level 6, I just look at the side lanes, and I'm like, oh, a Zeus! Nice! I love doing that, man. I don't know, it's so funny. These people are just laning, and then it's just 5 minutes in, they just get clobbered by a 300 damage global nuke. It's actually so good for the side lanes. It really does chip down the side lanes quite well. I guess killing Zeus isn't that useful. It kind of heals up his mana pool for the lifestealer, but it's not the end of the world. Then we get a nice rotation top here. This was partially just really great on my team. I think the DP plays is fantastic. She gets ganked here, but she has maxed out Siphon. And the key here is that when she gets gone on, because she's near the tower, I think it's good that she casts all the Siphons, because we'll be able to respond because it's near the tower. If she was dying at the tier 1, I actually think she should just die. But she gets off 3 Siphons, which does a crazy amount of damage. Does she live? Oh, okay, okay. Dies to the Dazzle, but we end up getting a triple kill in return. Monkey goes down to the tower, Dazzle ends up falling eventually, and we get a huge set of kills. So I didn't know we were losing. At this point, I was like feeling good, right? I got the Zeus kill, I got some return kills, but I guess my lanes were actually doing really poorly. Like really poorly. So I'm glad I had a good game this game. And this is, it's just a big thing in Dota, guys. You gotta stay mentally strong. You just gotta, even if, because people will be like, if they lost their lane this game, they'd be like, oh, you know, there's nothing I could do. My side lane's lost. It's like, well, maybe you should have laned better mid. Maybe you should have identified the rotations. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. Either way, we end up pushing up top here. Main reason why is my CM's behind me. So CM is a primal counter in the early game. He just can't really trample when there's a CM around. And I know that. So I knew he was in the area, and he actually tries going on me anyway. I don't know why exactly. I guess he didn't know CM was here, I think, but we get a trap on the Dazzle with the Treants. That sets up for a Frostbite, and we get the kill. Very, very nice. Good stuff. We kind of baited in the Dazzle there. Then I TP'd bottom. Main reason why is I checked his Zeus. I see he has no tangos. I think I saw him use Heavenly Jump too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, okay, I'm capping. I'm completely lying to you guys. So we TP in, brought him up. I don't know why he didn't try to Heavenly Jump until then. He probably just didn't expect me to be there. He was probably kind of confused what was happening, but I didn't expect to get a Mars kill. I just expected to kill the Zeus and move on, farm the nearby camps, let my DP take top again, but we end up getting a nice set of kills here, and this ends up being a huge rotation. As we ulti, just wanted to help out with the mid fight. I don't think I'd get anything out of it, but whatever. We get the bottom tier 1 out of this, and all of a sudden, it's like, it goes from a lane that Lifestealer isn't doing well in, to him getting assist gold on Zeus, the kill on the Mars, and the tower. No, I got the tower. And we get the tower, and now at 9 minutes, I'm 5k net worth. And that's what it takes, guys. You know, you gotta just read these rotations. Oh, I stacked this camp too. This was nice. So we stacked this camp. My Lifestealer TP's out. But yeah, you gotta read these rotations. And Prophet is one of those heroes that's very fidgety, because if you TP a little bit too early, if you TP into a fight that doesn't really exist or it's unfavorable, your hero just feeds like a bot. For instance, here we have a hard time killing this Monkey King with 3 heroes. And that's part of the problem with Furion. You know, you just don't do that much damage. And so the main rotations I've made is low HP Zeus, low HP Mars, or an overextending enemy team. I wouldn't be forcing shit around the map, and that's a big thing to understand, and that's really why I think I'm one of the top Furion players. I just have a pretty good grasp. I'm not perfect, I make plenty of mistakes, but I have a pretty good grasp of this concept of just TPing into like the safer fights on this hero, as we get a nice ulti into the Atos. And yeah, now the Atos comes out, and it's going to really help our team, because we just simply don't have that control early game. Until Ricky has Sleeping Dart, we have practically no long range setup. CM spells are bad cast range. So I don't want to dive mid here. I have my Atos, and so I'm kind of like looking for fights I want to join, but at the same time, my team, this is where they're overextending, and this is what I mean, like, sometimes you TP in here, because you're like, my team's YOLOing in, but we didn't have Exo, Ricky's like low on mana, my Lifestealer's top, I don't have ult, which is a big part of my damage early game, so we just don't really have much. I don't know why my team goes in, but that's the reality, you know, that's the decision-making difference between a rank 300, 400, 500, and I mean, I know it sounds like hard bragging. I'm just trying to make it clear to you guys, like for people who do want to understand like what makes people better, what makes someone rank 40, rank 30, rank 14 rather than rank 300, you know what I mean, or 400 or 500. Because my teammates this game, I mean, they're good players and they play well, but this is, I believe this is NA. Yeah, this is NA, and it was just like a long queue game, so I have a rank 1,000, 600, 300. My decision-making has to be on point. I have to understand that on average, I'm going to make better decisions, and I want you guys to apply this concept, because if you think, even though you're going to be matched with people generally around your rank, when you're like, let's say you're 1 to 5k MMR, you're most likely not going to get ranked with, or matched with people 2k MMR less than you, which like, this rank 1,000 is probably actually 2,000 MMR less than me, and so of course, I'm going to, on average, make better decisions than him. You know, that's proven through my MMR. Even if you're the same MMR as the people around you, I think it's good to have this mentality of, like, not getting baited into bad fights. Now, of course, it's a fine line as we TP in and go for the Atos on the Primal here. Atos coming in handy, just kind of locking him in, preventing him from disengaging. Securing the kill. It's very nice. I think he would have gotten out if I actually didn't have that here. But yeah, basically, you just gotta have that mentality. You just gotta understand when, hey, my team's being stupid. And that's hard, because then people will be like, oh, you know, Speed, I'm farming and my team's just feeding the whole game. And it's like, I'll watch the replay and their team has like multiple fight opportunities that could be turned around if they show up, and they just don't. The fight will be under their team's tier 1, and they're just like, yeah, I'm farming. It's like, really? You had Omni Slash and Blade Fury and full resources, and you probably should have TP'd. So I'm not incentivizing not TPing, and I'm just saying, like, try to be aware of your team making bad plays based on a lack of ultimates, a lack of resources, a numbers disadvantage. And in the case of that mid fight, it was kind of all of the above, and so a bit egregious. Now, at TP top here, I actually want to quickly go over my decision making in this case. There were some pretty important decisions here, so I'm jungling. I always safe jungle on Furion, almost always. It's just like, it's efficient, and your hero doesn't push out lanes too well. Like, Treants can, but it's just slow and they die, and it's bad. But I'm looking here and I see the Zeus. Like, I'm always watching the map when I'm jungling like this, because what else am I going to do? So I'm looking at the map and I see the Zeus, and I know this guy's like potentially griefing by just being here, but I don't want to TP on him yet because I don't see the primal, and I could still die. So I'd rather make the discipline play, even though we've been owning for the last like 5 minutes, to not go until multiple heroes show. Then Mars and Monkey King both show bottom, so I'm like, all right, I'll take the chance at this point, you know? I'm like, all right, I'll take the chance. He's pushing in the side lane, getting his gold up, but I'll take the chance. So we're going to farm up the camps, look to TP mid, as we get the Atos onto the Dazzle. Did we finish that kill there? No, but we get some good damage on the Primal, can't chase. I think this is where we dive the tower. This was probably not great. Yeah. We dive, and then I get gone on by Monkey. I think I get gone on by Monkey and then Primal. Oh no, Mars. We dodged a spear, but and it ends up being a good fight, so I guess it was okay. Because it really ends up being like a really, really good fight. They went on me, but they kind of ignored the DP with Exo, right? So that just shredded them there. All right, so I pick up my Gleipnir, and now I'm going to quickly talk about, well, first off, I want to talk about talent choices. At level 10, I almost always take Wrath of Nature base damage. Unless the game's horrible and I have to just like only split push without showing, I'll take Nature's Call cooldown. If like I have a read that that's how the game's going to play out. But in general, I take Wrath of Nature base damage. It just makes the spell do more damage and gives you more bonus damage because it will get the last hits on the creeps. And that's how the ability works. Anytime it last hits a hero or a creep, you get damage on your hero, right? Like right-click damage. And so this talent definitely helps out with that. Level 15, I take 25 attack speed. At level 20, it just depends on the game. If they have no mobility, then I will not take Sprout Leashes. Sprout Leashes is pretty good this game against Monkey King. It's pretty good. I think it works against Primal Q as well. So it doesn't, like, unfortunately, Trample just breaks the trees, but it also works against Heavenly Jump. So there was a major use case for Sprout Leashes this game, or multiple use cases, so that's what I take. Now, why Casual Gloves of Haste? Well, when I get this Gleipnir really early this game, I don't have my 25 attack speed talent yet, and even if I did, it's not that much attack speed. And Gleipnir is really not much of an attack speed item. It actually only gives 14 agi, and that's it. So it's only 14 attack speed. However, you hit hard because you have Maelstrom, right? So basically, Maelstrom is one of the highest damage items in the game, period. It just does a lot of damage. The proc is insane, and it just gives flat damage. However, it doesn't give attack speed like Mjolnir does, the Gleipnir. And so I'd like to just kind of supplement that with the Gloves of Haste, and it's a pretty severe DPS spike that I'm a big fan of. Yes, it slightly delays the BKB, but I think it's well worth it, as it almost sort of doesn't, because you farm much faster, you get more Maelstrom procs, and you're stronger in the early fights. So you'll see in this fight, in this fight here, I'm going to attack relatively quickly, right? And it's largely to the Gloves of Haste, because as I said, I don't have a major attack speed item here. I have Treads on Agi. That's intentional because of Maelstrom procs. I just want to proc Maelstrom as much as I can. Also, Agi Treads and the attack speed they give works well with the bonus damage from the ulti when I do have that. So here we take the bottom tower. I know this is dead. My team, I don't want them to go high ground, so I don't even give the notion that we're going to go high ground. Yes, we have Aegis, and maybe we could have tried, but I didn't have my ulti at the time, or did I? And I ultied to push out the waves? But I didn't have Treants. Our Exo's running out. Lifestealer is half HP. I don't want to force it. We literally can farm the entirety of the map, and that's about it, right? We can farm the entirety of the map. So instead, I TP top, I clean up, I make a stack of Ancients, a stack of large camps, I clear the top wave. After that, I can clear the jungle. Okay, I'm going to TP for a fight here. I was considering TPing really deep, but pre-BKB, I have to be a little careful, so I TP in the staircase just to be safe. I pop my ulti. Primal Beast comes in, so I root him up. I wanted to look for the kill here. Unfortunately, we can't get him until CM shifts over. We take him out. Good movement from CM. Our Lifestealer ends up going down, but it's fine. DP once again getting ignored and just absolutely popping off. And now we get our BKB. I get really lucky and get a Grow Bow. This item's fantastic, but I TP base and immediately I go bottom. right? I go bottom, and I'm trying to keep my farm up, and this is what's very important on this hero. This hero sucks if you are even on net worth. It's just that straightforward. Your hero is bad. If you cannot be ahead on net worth, you will feel the pain that is playing Nature's Prophet from an even or behind game. It is not fun. That's really why I actually don't love this hero in a lot of games. If you lose your lane, I mean, which is hard to do because this hero is a good laner if you know what to do, because it has good base stats and treants are very strong at level 1, but either way, if you fall behind, it's bad. So you can see I'm just always looking for that efficiency. You see the speed? We take that top tower, I'm immediately like, where's my next farm? I only take the mid-wave hero because Lifestealer wasn't close enough. Otherwise, I would have let him do it, which maybe I could have let him do it anyway, but the point is just that I'm not trying to take farm away from my teammates either. I generally want to take the most defensive farm that's far away from my team, if I can, because then we're kind of spreading out the wealth distribution. As I TP top here, look for the creep wave. I guess it died or got held back. So we push in the wave, we get our Shadow Blade, and we're just farming up a damn storm. Farming up a storm as we push in bottom. And you might be wondering, like, why not in the game? It's just hard. They have Zeus, they have Spear back, they have Dazzle Grave, so it's hard to jump someone. We have limited catch, so it's hard to force the fight up the high ground. So instead, we're just going to play the patience game. This Monkey King comes over here. We just click him to death with the Shadow Blade. I hit so hard at this point. Like, I literally hit like a truck. It's kind of why I like the Shadow Blade some games. It just lets you get in position, get on top of people, click them with the Gleipnir, like click them a bunch and then Gleipnir them and just kind of own them. You can see against this guy here, I didn't need to BKB, but I'm just owning. Like, you hit so hard if you get a major net worth lead like this. Your damage is just relatively insanely high compared to the people around you. So we see a mid-fight breakout here. This one was a bit weird. I was kind of nervous because I didn't have BKB. I wasted it top, which is unfortunate, but we get a spread on the Monkey King. I think we take him out in a moment. We take him out, make our treants go high ground, and yeah, and I think here I even look to eventually TP top. Yeah, because it's just like, my Lifestealer's low with no Aegis, Exo's running out. It's like, there's no reason to force it, guys. Bad players just always force the issue. They're winning the game and they're like, we need to end, we have an advantage, we need to end. It's like, you can also just build up that advantage. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just getting heinously farmed, right? I'm nearly 10k gold up on the second person, and that causes for situations kind of like this as well, where I'm just so strong that even when they go on me here, first of all, I'm pretty tanky, right? I got 2.2k HP, even though the replay's bugged, I have 2.2k HP, and I hit so hard that when they go on me, I'm able to just like pump out damage. I BKB man up, and like, I mean, look at this damage. We're just shredding through these strength heroes. They have to both try to get out. We force a BKB on, I believe, both of them actually. And yeah, we get the TP out. We hit our level 20. Now they can't TP away from me either. And we can look to go high ground a little bit. Still was a little bit suspect. I'm even pinging careful here because I don't have BKB. They end up initiating on my DP, and I'm like, all right, I guess I have to help. You know what I mean? I don't want to completely abandon my team. Sure, I think this plays a bit suspect. As you can see, we kind of have to disengage and wait for the Lifestealer heal up. Thankfully, we're able to poke and prod them enough. The Mars goes a bit out of position. Ricky gets a good blink strike on him, and we get that major kill. So good kiting for my team. DP went crazy tank build this game. Plate mail, hood, Yules, vessel, very, very tanky. Very, very tanky. And now we can go high ground. And yeah, to end off the game, I pick up my Mage Slayer. Reason why is they were mostly threatening me with magic damage. I mean, yes, the Monkey King can try to kill me, but it's a little bit hard. I don't even know if he has BKB yet. Okay, he didn't even go BKB, so like, realistically, this guy can't even hit me because of Ricky or like CM. It's going to be really hard for him to hit me. Even if he had BKB, I think it would be pretty hard for him to get on top of me reliably, even though I'd like that. But yeah, we go for our Bloodthorn here. Is this where I TP bottom and nearly get gone on? They make some pretty crazy play in a moment. Like, you assume they are kind of done, right? Because you're 27k up, 29 minutes in. But oh yeah, it's right here, it's right here. So I get infested, right? So we're gonna do the infest TP play. But I'm infested right now, so I'm like really tanky. I have 3.5k HP, and I have a ton of magic resist, right? 43% because of the Mage Slayer giving me 25 bonus extra percentage. So I have 3.5k HP and magic resist. Now my Lifestealer kind of makes a stupid ass play of jumping out of me. Like, you kind of have to assume if Mars is going on me that maybe you shouldn't just instantly reduce my HP pool by 1.2k HP. But you know, it is what it is. It doesn't end up mattering because we're just so damn tanky. We get Zeus ulti to pulverize, just straight up doesn't matter. Leash him to cancel the TP, and this game is over. So yeah, hopefully you guys really enjoyed and kind of saw like the snowball effect that is Furion, because this hero is very snowbally for better or for worse. It can snowball very much the wrong way, but you got to learn how to take the safe farm and find the opportunities. A lot of people just force fight, and they take dangerous farm, they feed a couple times. It's just like, hey, it doesn't work. Stick to the formula that hopefully I've given you a little bit of a clearer idea of, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace. And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the Game Leap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.